I'm going to take you on a very small, short, and sweet auto journey. Auto rickshaws are very famous in India. It's quite an experience. It's become a very different and unique world in its own. As much as we hate the sounds, the bumpy rides, and different personalities that the auto drivers carry, it's a loka on its own. It's a world of its own. We once had a toy, an auto toy. It was fun. My son loved it. When we were in Chennai, in a place called Nanganallur, it's a very nice place. A lot of rich people are there, but they never really fix the roads there. There are big temples and it, it used to be called a Kshetrasthalam, meaning a place of, spiritual place. Anyway, the roads were so bad. I lived there for some time. The whole time, it never really got fixed. I don't think anybody cared. But when something gets really hard on me, like you're trying to fix something and then it just goes on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? You're kind of like a dead end. I have a habit of joking about it. I just turn it into something funny. So then the anger and the sorrow and the frustration that we carry, giving it so much energy and value to something that we hate so much or we don't like, it just gets a little bit softer, it just gets a little bit lighter. So I had been to US. I had been to US by then, and when we came back and we would use the auto, it was supposed to be the outskirts of the city. I don't know, maybe they still considered it to be a small place. I don't know. Like I said, every other person was in the US in that place, and I don't think there was any shortage of money. I still think and believe that if some good few people came together and took some interest in that place, those roads could have become better. Anyway, every time we went in an auto, like to the bus stand or to some shop or whatever, if we couldn't walk, the rides were so bumpy. So even if you're like going to a hospital, I would joke about it. I say, I don't think I'm going to make it to the hospital. I think I'm going to die in the auto. So there is a relationship with the autos and auto rickshaw drivers in India. So like I said, any one of these talks could take us on a journey that, like I said, I'm not rehearsing. This is not rehearsed. It's an idea and it's a lesson I learned from an experience. And then it takes me on a journey of finding the wisdom and continuing my path of self correction, self improvement, coming back to the. And as we talk about auto, there is there, there is auto sound in its maximum. It's funny, it's hilarious. I'm sorry, but if anybody's getting irritated by my crude humor, I'm sorry, but well, this is my truth as is. So, oh, you see, you hear the peace after it's gone. His energy is just moving through. It's crazy. Anyway, so I used to joke about it. I used to joke like, "Come on, everybody, fasten your seatbelts. We're gonna go on a Disney ride," and they would just crack up laughing, and we just falling over each other sometimes. So I created a humorous attitude just to cope with the bumpy rides, just from home to wherever we need to go. It was not pleasant. Of course, it was not pleasant, but it never got fixed. So, what are we supposed to do with all those emotions and um, the frustrations, right? In my opinion, in my journey, as I understand what has happened to me and the transformation that's happened and the healing and so many stories, so many nested related events. It seems to me that the journey is all about the self and what choices we're making on all topics regarding the body, the mind, and the spirit. And each one of them have a very deep and vast layers and rooms and whatnot. Until we find the center and until we feel integrated, there is work. I mean, it's work in progress. So while the work is in progress, one cannot expect or think in terms of a result oriented attitude, right? You have to let the work finish, then we'll know where we're at. There is a phase, each phase has a modification, a workaround, whatever, and then we get to another place. So, long story short, I'm here, this is where I'm at. So, let me come back to the auto story. I don't know, I never planned to tell the Chennai story, but it's funny. The Disneyland rides are great, but where I'm at now, fast forward to today, January 11th, 2026. The roads are pretty nice. Yeah, they have made a wonderful job. Very fast paced development of the small village that has happened here. Now we're going to get a little serious. Taking off from where we left off. There is two things happening at the same time. It's been happening for me for a while now. There are two paths that is clearly happening, sometimes back to back, sometimes with a little space. There is no particular format or protocol to it. So I wanted to go out and pay my electricity bill. For anyone who is tracking me, I just came out of a sickness and I thought I was going to die again, and I thought it's going to be bad. I thought it's going to take days, but I just woke up the next day and I felt okay. I'm going to take another day's rest because I'm trying to give as much um, loving attention to the body. Not crazy, just being practical. And I want to find my center of truth and honesty. So I was just sitting and thinking and reflecting, and I realized I'm actually feeling so much better. So I got a surge of energy and I felt really good. And it was surprising because sometimes it takes a while. You never know with one experience of sickness or whatever you're going through, whether it's your mental trauma or your body pain or whatever it is, your heart's um, ache, you know, one never knows how long it's going to take, or however long it takes to finish the work. Like we said, work in progress. So, but it's going very, very fast, in my opinion, as I'm tracking um, the speed with which the intelligence is tracking what's happening, and the mind's changing, and the body is healing. It's very, very, it's a quantum leap. Because, like I said, this has been my life journey. So I am tracking where I'm at and how it's happening. So you're listening to the story from a very honest person. Believing it or not is your choice. It's just a story. Maybe it can inspire you to be in a better place, choose to be in a better place, find that spirit, find that path to fulfill your purpose of life. I don't know. That's up to you to perceive. Each one understands the story in a different way, in their own way. That's why it's self work. Anyway, I got all fine and I started moving on the day's chores and what we need to do for our living in the place that we're at. I just moved on. And then the next day, I wanted to do something. I had the time and I had some money, so I thought I will relieve my relieve our money pressure, and I'll just pay off the electric bill instead of waiting. We used to pay a little ahead. Now I'm a little back behind. I want to feel free. That while wanting to feel free is like very, very intense. So I didn't want to have any pressure of that burden of wanting to pay the electric bill or waiting, or I just wanted to get it over with. I'm a kind of person who doesn't like postponement or like dragging. I want to get things done. Now I'm a little ahead. Anyway, so I look into it. I feel like I can do it. So I take some money for the auto and I go up and I find an auto. So I take it. See, you're not thinking that something bad's gonna happen. You're just going with the flow. So I'll get to the point. So just journey with me in this auto rickshaw journey. So I get in the auto. Usual thing is you ask how much. How much does it gonna cost to go to the electric place? And he says 50 rupees. And then I had to ask him if he had change for 500. So he did give change for 500, and I kept the 100 with him, planning that I'll wait there and I'll pay the bill and then come back. Anyway, so I take the auto, and my oh my, the auto guy turns out to be a very scattered brain, messy. See, that's the world. That's the world. Talking He took a different road. I didn't mind. He did that. And inside the auto now, they have big some car like toy through which he can do YouTube and this and that. And he had internet. He was on the phone, and it was just a very messy ride. Very messy, energetically messy ride. But I didn't care because I'm trained now. I'm doing this work. So I'm just focused with my journey, and we go there. But the timing I chose, that's what I'm trying to get to. The timing I chose to go was not clear. I didn't know exactly when it was open or not. I just got into the spirit of going and filling it, and I just wanted to do it. Um, I didn't know who to ask, so I just said, okay, let me just try. It's okay. I was open to whatever result, whatever consequences that I had pre-planned to face the consequences. That's what I meant to say. So I go there, and it's locked. It's closed. I probably missed it by just a little bit of time. The timing, in just after the New Year, after Christmas and this New Year, the timing and the space and everything seems to have like taken a shift. I don't know. It's just a feeling. It's just an intuitive perception. So I said, when will they open again? So he said 3 o'clock. I had gone like at about 1:30 or so. So now this auto guy, even while we were coming, he was like trying to advise me on what I am supposed to do, like pay online, this, that. I've already tried all that. I mean, way ahead. So this pattern of people just jumping on each other's personal habits, personal things, absolutely no respect, no space. It was a little bit annoying, but like I said, I'm trained, so I dealt with it. I kept pushing it back. I kept pushing back. I said, don't worry about it. It's my personal thing. Then he started to ask, is your phone 5G or 4G? I said, I didn't respond. I said, don't worry about it. Just take me there. So now I have to deal with this auto guy and finish the journey because I've already taken it. You cannot jump off halfway. I need my work done. So I put up with it. But I was aware, and I was being careful, because you do know how it's going, and when you see how it's going, there is nothing to be deceptive about it or dishonest about it, or even fearful about it. It's what it is. It is how it is. That is how his mind was working. So we went along. Stay with me. So then even over there, he started to ask that guy about the online thing, and I said, just relax. I know how to take care of this. This is my business. Just relax. Don't worry about it. Now let's go back home. I found out the timing. We go back home. So when somebody is on your case, when they don't have anything else to do, or that's just their habit, or maybe they have other people who fall for their offering, of helping when you don't need it, see, then it becomes very, very messy. I'm talking about a mindset that is that I have come a long way in dealing with. So I don't get affected. So I stay in my center. It's my work. This is not about him. This is about me and what I have become and how I am handling these energies that just bombard you and trying to derail you or distract you from the focus of what you're really doing. That's why there's so many problems. Nobody is really sure what is happening, so many confusions, everything is messed up. Doing anything in the world now seems like a very, very difficult. Websites don't work. they drag you into something and then you're caught up in the big mess, and then you have to find workarounds to fix it. And it's been going on in our lives. It's very, very intense and tedious. If you want stories, I can tell you. Anyway, so now he sees that there is no room here, there's no opening here for his his mind, his crazy mindset to enter my somewhat with so much difficult work we have come this far to find some kind of sanity here. So he shuts up and he takes me back, and on the way again that energy pops up. It's like a monkey, it's just unbelievably uncontrollable for them. And he says, should I take that road? Should I take this road? I said, I'm just a customer. Just take me anywhere. I don't care. Oh, this way there will be traffic, or that way this. I said, I don't care. Just keep going. So again, he sees that I don't care. I am not here to have a relationship with him or be derailed by his crazy mindset. I'm not getting affected. So then on the way, I thought I changed my mind, because it's war. You're in a battlefield. So as you're having this energetic combat, you have to make decisions also. What do you want to do next? So this didn't work out. So what do you want to do? Right? They're going to open at 3. So you have to have a journey of your own. Otherwise, you're lost in any little thing. So I changed my mind, and instead of going home, I told him to stop by the ashram premises. There is a building inside that I go for walks, or to meet my elderly lady, a friend inside. She's like my mother, so we connect and have a good time. So I decided to just stop there, go inside, and go be with her for some time. I changed my mind. So see, I derailed him instead. And not that I got mad or anything, but see, I don't want to spend any of my emotions on anything that is not useful. Simple. I feel God's watching me all the time, and I want to do my best on any kind of challenges that I'm being put in. I want to show him that I'm a good warrior. So, because he's trained me, he's made me into this, I gave it back to him anyway. So then he doesn't stop, he keeps going, and I said, I want to get up here in the ashram. Then he says, oh, there are CCTV cameras right by the entrance, and we can't stop there because then we'll be fined, which is a good thing. So I did learn a lot of things that has changed, because it's been a while since I had gone to do that chore. Anyway, I let it all go. We had a good time, we chatted, we laughed a lot, and then about 3:30 I felt really good, and I came back. I didn't feel any residue with that experience. I just let it go, and then I was gonna move on. So now when I come out, and now I'm looking for an auto to go again and pay the electric bill. And it was so funny because I was watching what I was doing, and I was also practically using my mind to figure out which auto to take. So there's several autos that stop there, stop here, you know what I mean. You have to just find an empty auto. So as I went along, I was just looking, and suddenly there was an auto right there, and we just connected. He looked at me, he was wearing white, and it was so quick and fast that it was the arrangement that was made in the space. He comes around, and I said, I don't need to go to the electric office, and I asked him how much before I get in. He said 30 rupees. I got in the auto and I started to think, and this guy was quiet, peaceful, very respectful, did his work of just driving me to the electric place. Simple, right? Beautiful, very, very smooth. So again, I'm like, wow, what a difference between that previous auto and this auto. Anyway, so I told him, please wait for 2 minutes. There was not much line, there was only one person in the counter. That was great. And I go pay my bill, and I ask the guy, can I pay it online? I figure out what to do. There is a difference between doing it scattered brain and doing it with a very aware mind, tracking each step, doing the work, and then taking it all the way to the end. That way you feel complete. That's our goal here, to feel complete and whole, to take it all the way. That's what a journey is, right? You have to get on the train and you have to get down at the destination, finish your work. Only then we get to leave. We get to go to the next one. You can apply that teaching in any aspect of life. So I come back in the auto, and we started to come back home. Now that my work is done, I'm a little free. And again, he's a very quiet person, and he was very respectful. And I told him this story. I told him that the previous auto guy told me it was 50 rupees, and also told me that he usually takes 70 rupees, but for me he is charging 50 rupees. And then I started to process, and I started to talk to this nice auto driver about this experience. It's a very short trip. It's just like 10 minutes, not more than 10 minutes from the house to the place and back, or I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. Sorry, before that, even before I took off from the electric office back home, I gave him a 100 rupee note, and I told him to keep it, and I said, God bless you, happy Shankranti, because there's a festival coming of New Year harvest in their calendar. I blessed him, and then we started off home. That's why the conversation started, because you see, one thing leads to the other. So if your mind is not scattered, you just spontaneously do it in the moment, and it seems like it's working bad. Like you don't have any doubt that no, I want to give it later. You're not doubting your actions. You're just doing it in the moment that you feel that it's right. Usually you ride and then you give the money later. I have come free of all kinds of bondages, all kinds of self-created blocks to abundance. That's what he said. Self-created blocks to abundance. No, I like his abundance, and I like the free flow of his spontaneously manifested challenges, and then the experiences after. So I have learned to ride with it quite nicely. There's still a long way to go, but I'm open. Anyway, so that's what happened. So sorry about that. I missed that one little part. That's why the conversation was fruitful and helpful while coming back. So I already paid him there. He thanked me. So thank you very much, madam. So now again he's got double respect for me. And we come back home, and on the way I told him about this other auto guy, that he did all this. So if it's 30 rupees, why would he say it's 50? And then he also added the bonus lie that he usually takes 70. And then because he thought I was new, I'm a person here. See, people mistake me. They actually get deceived, because I'm not revealing my what I'm thinking, or I'm not deceived. So it kind of derails them. And they start to show their true form, and they start to show their thing, and then I just deal with it. So yeah, be careful with me. But in no way I have any intention to harm anyone. There is no evil here. So it all turns out to be good because you learn a lesson. Because the first at 1:30 when I left the house, I wasn't sure if the electric office was open or not. I just took the risk. I just took it, to say, let me just go try. So you're guessing, you're gambling. There is that mentality of just by chance, right? By chance. So I was open to learn whatever lesson I was going to learn. It was beautiful. So God bless that guy. I still gave him 100 rupees. But again, look at the difference between the two different kinds of people, right? So on my way back, I talked to this person, and I said, how different two people are. You're such a good man. You only took 30 rupees. But since I gave 50 to that other person, I thought it was reasonable because it's a little further than the usual 30 rupee ride. So I think it's reasonable to pay you 50 rupees. That's why I blessed you with a 100 rupee note, because I felt so blessed and so heartfelt that you are a good person and you told the truth that it's only 30 rupees. I felt grateful and I felt that I need to bless you a little more. So keep it for the festival. It's not much, but it's just a gesture of gratitude for your kindness and your respect. And then he started to preach. So the Spirit was on him, and he said, see, if a good person is honest and truthful and you tell the right amount, God gives you more. It was beautiful. I said yes. And he dropped me home, and I said, thank you, God bless you, happy Shankranti. And I came back home and I started to reflect on this story. The first track was completely demonic, completely chaotic. I started off wrong, right, without knowing, just wanted to do. Because I had fear whether the usual pattern of paying the electric bill would happen or not. I wanted to get it done, but then I also wanted to relieve the person who was helping me to pay the bill, relieve him of the stress. Also wanted to help. So both things, like I said, good and bad is happening at the same time. The first one was full of fear, or the second one, I knew, okay, it's going to be open at 3. And I went with more awareness, even though there were obstacles, but I still found the right guy, and it all happened so smooth and so beautifully. So you see, when we are in tune with the right attitude and the right intention, everything falls into place. But when we are on the path of in a hurry, want to get it done, or you have a very fearful attitude, or you're doing with some doubt, then that leads you on a very different path, because you're attracting those kind of energies to begin with. Get it? That's what we were taught. We were taught to have a pre-existing state of love and forgiveness. Think about it. That means you have to live it in every moment you're with yourself or with your habits and your living. You have to practice that pre-existing state of love and forgiveness. That kind of goodness, with that energy and with that soft nature, it will attract those kind of energies and everything will go smooth. But if you're not in the right mindset, no matter how hard you try, it won't work, because God wants you to be in the right state of mind. It's important. For anything, don't take it for granted. You bring in God's energy and His presence into every little mundane things in your life, and you watch. Because in nowadays, for good people, everything is being attacked. At least in my case, at least in our case, the war is very intense. Even small little things are being just the not letting it happen. So if you want to win in this war, you have to be smart. You have to be a little bit awake, and you have to be aware. And you can do it. You can find those little cracks and crevices, and you can dodge it. I hope my little attempt to share this teaching made sense, because it's interesting. When you carry an energy like what I am, everything becomes very potent and very hyper aware. So different levels, the level that you choose to go, that level will attract that kind of a challenge for you to perfect yourself in whichever level you're at. So I was thinking how nice it would be if I didn't have to first go through the wrong track, then come on the right track. Both things are happening back to back at the same time for a long time now. That's what I've been praying for the last couple of days. Bring the good people on the good path, connect them without having to fall first, without having to deal with nonsensical energies and people and attitudes and liars and deceivers. No God in them. There is no God-fearing attitude at all. Connect the good people strongly. Open the gates of that kingdom. That's what I was praying, actually. Because you know when it's not going smooth, and you know when it is going smooth. Sometimes it's all overlapped. For me, it's different now. Anyway, that's what the family of God is. They say, like, when you tie flowers in a garland, it's tied with a string, but the string is not seen. It's hidden inside, but it's there. But the string cannot think that it is what the most important thing. It's hidden, cannot be seen, but it's not you cannot just take away it's separated and call it mine, me. Even the flowers, the color and the smell, they're different. They're in their own tracks. So you really cannot have wars at all. It seems so stupid now to fight about anything. And all we need to see is the garland. It's beautiful. And apply it in your family, apply it in your life, apply it in your experiences with people. I am not with my family right now. We're all scattered, but so I'm having experiences with other people outside of my family, but it doesn't matter. You learn everything by relationships and energies moving back and forth. That's how you know what's coming out of you, and then you look into it and you deal with it. All people need to see is the good family of God that is working together. The garland, what you see is the garland, the beauty of the garland, how it's made. The flowers don't, nobody really stands out to call themselves great or not great. we're all together, and we all have to feel oneness and the same kind of security and peace and joy in the family, in the kingdom. Everybody, all the way from the king to the rest of everything else that is connected in the kingdom, isn't it? We want to feel one, we want to feel whole, we want to feel complete, we want to feel connected. Get it? We want to feel connected with the right spirit, the right attitude, things to work out smooth. Even if one flower falls off or it breaks, right? Just one person in the family being naughty or being bad, that's it. It destroys the whole family. Or one person coming from outside pretending to be your helper, like my first daughter did. You know anything what he was talking about, but it was just giving me scattered ideas. Took some work for me to push it away. Didn't reject it. Don't accept it. People, you have to track your own life. That's why you have to reset, and start all over again if you need to. But soul expecting somebody else to do the work for us it's not right. It doesn't work in the first place. Secondly, it could be wrong. If we do the work and we are okay to face the consequences, even if we make a mistake, we learn from it. So that way, we are growing to remove and delete all kinds of conflicts within ourselves. And when you're free that way, you can deal with the conflict outside. You can even help others. You can even be in a state of mind to bless somebody. So let's come together as a family of God in all the goodness that we are, totality of goodness, and experience life as we should actually. Make it normal. Offer our virtues and character as a garland back to the Lord who gave us this life, who gave us the space to experience life and love. What else is there in life that is meaningful? Think about it. I know this is where I'm at, my state of mind. And I feel pretty good in this space, even though I'm still waiting for some breakthrough in this phase. And I'm open for many more moldings and changes. But I'm done with wars. I'm done with fights. I feel like sometimes I can just disconnect from everything and everyone and just be. Not with anger, you know what I mean? It's a kind of realization, but you really don't want to hurt anyone, You want to be together. Even if a string breaks, you should help and try to put it together instead of adding, because we don't know. Never know what the truth is, what is hiding. God knows. Even if we're helping a family, when you're giving advice or your opinion or your ideas, if it is coming from a place of destruction to destroy the family, don't do it. That is not being friendly. It's very important, that's why, to do the work within oneself. Know yourself first. And just let others be in their own space also. So we're all here desperately seeking some kind of a balance and some kind of a relief, I guess, from this place of a messy mindset and hurting hearts. I think it's time. I think it's time. So be good, connect with the good, uh, be open for any kind of experiences that is giving you that opportunity to choose, to think, be aware, be awake. Because I think there are at least, I'm hoping there is at least a few people like me that is doing this work or would like to do this work. It's a new path, it's a different path. I think it's always been there, it's just been clouded and crowded. All the tests are there for you to learn, isn't it? You know, and what we call the glorious new consciousness, let it awaken, let it rise. And in people who have already chosen to be good and are struggling and taking the suffering and the sacrifices of the world's challenges. God bless them. Whoever is good, including that auto driver, I'll never forget his kindness and his sincere honesty. Everybody's afraid that somebody will cheat them, somebody will, right? Everywhere we're walking around, being fearful of crimes, being fearful of cyber crime. Now it's the highest level of digital demons. Digital war is going on. Anyway, I just don't have the energy, nor do I feel like fighting. But I am fighting without fighting. I have learned now how it's done. Because I don't want those sticking in my mind or my heart. I want my Lord to be with me always. And I want the best of what a human being can be to rise from within me in all my relationships, in all my attitudes towards people, giving or receiving. That's my goal, at least. And I hope I do justice to this work. I hope I can give it back what it gave me, and in terms of understanding, healing, wisdom, love, faith, belief, and above all, friendship. So come on in, be my friend, and we can share beautiful space together in the totality of whatever goodness that we have. Strengthen that. Strengthen that. It's a choice to make, it's possible. Give space and you also be in the space. There's too much of overlapping everywhere, it's too crowded. So some kind of a cleanup needs to happen. For that you need some space. So create that space, understand what that is. A lot of work in the mind still is required. And then slowly we'll feel that most of the things we used to feel bad about is actually useless. And you come clean. You come clear of it. And it'll get easier and easier as we go along. So hang in there. Enjoy what you have with the best attitude that you can. Choose the good, like we say, choose the good. And we'll all be in a better place sooner or later. Still a little more time, I think. And take a deep breath. Take care. Look forward for your festivities. Enjoy with your family, and know what it is. Know what it is. If you know something, it's you feel better, isn't it? Instead of going to an unknown place. This is not an unknown place. It's already there. We just got lost and we're coming back home. We're just coming back home to love.